Friday night, and I am super ready to put this day to bed, um, metaphorically and literally. My day started at 4 o'clock this morning when I got up and drove to Gina, Louisiana, to an immigration detention center, aka jail. Um, and whenever I go to immigration detention to meet with clients, which is rare, I guess thankfully, depending on how you look at it, it's always a little disheartening to say the least. Um, and so, the inhuman and inhumane experience of housing immigrants in these giant corporate jails is just deeply distressing to me on its own. And then today has just been a continued unraveling of all the things that feel like a safety net for our community in light of this virus. And so the kids are now officially not going to be in school for a month, and you know the you know all kinds of things are happening. But that's one of them. People are being asked to work from home. People are starting to lose their jobs. Um, there are a lot of people who are really struggling right now, and it's only just the beginning. And so my heart feels a little heavy today, but it could also just be that I'm really tired, fatigued. I had family dinner tonight too, um, with my children and their father, which always kind of just kind of sits in my heart a little bit, always. But anyway, so I think that today my thoughts are just trying to kind of come to some new normal, and we're just super premature to that. I'm really grateful though that in this trip that I made, which is a 4-hour drive, so I was in my car for 8 hours today just driving. The second half of the drive I went a different way home, which is to me a much more scenic route. And I had several just kind of funny phone calls with friends who were all just kind of adjusting to the news that was kind of coming out today. And it felt like a nice release for me from the morning and the midday of being in the immigration detention center. So, as always, I'm grateful for the people in my life who, are just kind of a part of my safety net. So my thoughts are a little scattered tonight. My son says he's still really worried about what it's going to be like not to be going to school, and of course, what can I say to him? It is going to be different. And my daughter tonight was on the verge of tears all night because of the adjustments that she's having to make in her senior year, which developmentally is a really important time for her. And her dearest, best friend in the whole world got some disappointing news today too. And so I feel like there's heaviness on my heart and on the hearts of some of the people in my life. So those are my thoughts. I feel like we need to just take care of each other right now, and I feel like there's going to come from this. Actually, I think one of the things that will come from this that's really good is the sense of caring for one another again. And the community is already coming together to provide meals for children across the city, and my son really wants to volunteer for one of those somehow or the other, and that feels good. There are going to be, I'm sure, unofficial little school groups and ways that we can all support each other through this. And of course, the incoming medical crisis, we just don't know what that's going to look like yet. But I do have hope on the other side of this that things are going to be okay, and we will be stronger for it. So my mind-body practice tonight is going to be, I'm going to take a bath with some salts tonight, which is going to feel kind of hopefully healing for me. I'm going to write in my journal. So my mind body practice tonight is going to be writing in my journal. And I think what I really need to get in touch with right now, as my heart feels a little heavy, I think I'm going to do 5 things, 5 intentions that I'm going to set for this week ahead, and 5 ways that it's going to be okay. So that's a total of 10 things I'm going to attempt to write in my journal tonight. And I will write some in my journal for sure. But my hope is that 5 things that I'd like to get done this week. I might punt that one until tomorrow, but I'm definitely going to do 5 things that make me feel like everything's going to be okay right now. And so tomorrow's going to be a day where I'm sure I'll feel emotionally stronger, and so I'm just going to kind of take care of myself tonight. That's my goal. So the song I'm adding to my playlists, it's so funny, today I spent all this time in the car and I was listening to music for most of that time. There were several titles of songs that kept coming across my purview that had some tongue-in-cheek reference to health. And so I have those kind of in the back of my mind or what have you. But the song today that I'm going to play is by Jose Gonzalez, a singer-songwriter I just adore. And it's called Stay Alive. And obviously the title is relevant to this medical crisis that we're having in our communities and across the world, but it's actually about supporting each other, and really just, it's about love. It's a song about love. And so that's the song I'm going to post tonight. And tomorrow, I'm sure I'll have much more coherent things to say.